Plumbago auriculata. Okay? Blue Plumbago. Blue Plumbago is pretty easy to identify. The foliage is sort of grouped up in mass, so you've got clusters of foliage. They typically look like they're coming out of a single node, but that's just because the internodes are so tightly compressed that it looks like a whorled foliage. When in actuality, it's not. If you look here, it's an alternate foliage. So you guys remember what that means? Alternate on the stem. And also, if you'll notice, right below the or subtending the where the petiole meets the stem, which, by the way, the petiole is so small you can't even see it really. There are these structures, stipules. All right, they look like they're part of the leaf, and I believe that's where the auriculate, the specific epithet auriculate comes from, because remember the leaf base that we talked about, auriculate leaf base? So it looks like ears, all right? So if you'll notice here, you've got these stipules that sort of look like ears, all right? The foliage is also undulate, okay, so very wavy. The margins are very wavy. If you look at it straight on, it even looks wavy. If you could flatten this out, it would likely be emarginate, so there'd be no, or not emarginate, but there'd be just a rounded margin. But you can't, so it's sort of undulate and in both planes there. Okay. The leaves obviously are relatively variable in size, but they're also very. I suppose they're not really plasticky. We'll talk about some things that are more plasticky, but they're very fine to the touch, I suppose is what I'd say. They're not rigid at all, okay? And then obviously if you've got flowers, this helps. This is typical that they occur in these clusters like this, okay? So pretty showy when they begin to bloom, all right? As far as single flowers are concerned, you've got this long corolla, okay? And then the base down here is actually a lot of fun because you can kind of just throw it on somebody and that will stick, okay? So a lot of people don't like to have them right outside because they're hard to get off your clothes. You bring them in, it's hard to get out of the house, they'll get into your carpet and things like that. But it's interesting, all right? 5 petals on the flowers. They're sort of a light lavender. There are whites, but typically the blue Plumbago is this color, this light, sort of light bluish lavender color, and each petal will have a main vein that has a little bit of a darker color in it. Okay, reproductive structures are white and really fine, almost too fine to notice. Okay.